Hey guys, so I'm just gonna slide in here. Like, I did not just disappear for like 2 weeks. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, guys. How are you doing? Guys, today I'm recording 2 videos too. So I'm sitting right here, I'm recording 2 videos, and I want to try and like do bulk recording for you guys. I hope that works because I'm so busy these days. So busy. But yeah, today I want to talk to you guys about the new visa requirements for students to come and study in Germany. Okay. Now, if you are a student, aspiring student that wants to come to Germany from Nigeria, so I'm only going to talk about Nigeria and Ghana because I think most of my, or the largest part of my viewers, like the highest percentage of my viewers are from Nigeria, and then the next highest one is from Ghana. I know that there are other African countries that watch my videos, but if I don't talk about your country, you can just this is also a way of me letting you know that there have been changes. Yeah, there have been changes in the requirements, and you should just go and check. You know, just literally type, what did I type? Students, no, wait, I'm coming. Let me confirm what I checked. I checked German student visa checklist and then write your country. So German student visa checklist Nigeria, German student visa checklist Ghana, German student visa checklist Uganda, German student visa checklist South Africa. Okay, so just do that for your country and read the new checklist. So before now, after you get your appointment date, you go to the embassy with all your documents that was on the former checklist, and you needed to go with like your original one photocopy, second photocopy. But now you only need to photocopy one set, right? So you only need your originals and your photo and one set of photocopy. So for every original there should be a photocopy. Then things like your CV, actually just make sure you have 2 sets of everything, original and photocopy. I don't want to confuse you guys. And yeah, another thing. So for the Nigerian checklist, the first thing there is your signed declaration. So you can go to there you can download the PDF of the signed declaration. But if you fill your visa, I'm actually going to make a video of how to fill the visa form online, because it actually is a little bit tricky. There are some questions that are a little bit confusing. I remember that I also had like issues with it during my time, and I don't know why I didn't make a video about that, but I'm gonna do that now. Okay, now I recommend that you fill your visa form online. Okay, like there's the option of downloading the PDF, but then I recommend that you fill the visa form online, because if you fill it online, when you save it, you are able to get the declaration form, and then you just have to sign it, and then also sign your visa form at the end as well. Okay, but if you are like downloading the visa form from the website as a PDF, you download it, maybe fill it with your hand, with pen or biro, or you even fill it on your device, then you have to also download the declaration form and sign it. But it's just easier if you just fill the form online, and then it comes to the declaration form, and then you can just sign it. Okay, so that's one thing that I wanted to point out to you guys. The visa fee is still 75 euros, but now, before they wanted it to come with cash, but thankfully now the visa interview has POS. I recommend that you go with your ATM card with enough money. So right now, I think euro is around like 1,600 thereabouts. So just multiply, maybe you can just increase like maybe 1,700. The embassy rate is always lower, but just to be on the safe side, because you don't know what the rate is going to be that day, because the embassy works with like today's rates. Okay, so just multiply 75 euros by 1,700, depending on the exchange rate at the time you're watching this video. Just multiply 75 euros times 1,700, and then you should have that amount of money in your bank account, and then you can just go with your ATM card and you can pay with POS at the embassy. No need to carry bulk cash. Okay, then another thing is your biometric passport. You just need one. Before you needed two, but now you just need one passport photograph, which is not older than 6 months, and it has a uniform white background, and the size is also 3.5 by 4.5 centimeters. And please, before I forget, all of the documents are taken to the embassy. Don't staple anything. Don't gum your passport photograph on your visa data page. Like, don't do that. Okay, just leave everything, like leave all the papers individually. Like, don't staple anything. If you have any documents that are stapled, unstaple them. If you have any document that is any original document that you have, I think it's fine if you've laminated, as long as you have like good photocopies. But yeah, so that's another point to remember. Then you need your birth certificate, and if you were born before December 13th, 1992, you need the certified copy of your local birth register extract based on the first registration, and and an affidavit, that's like declaration of age of one parent or the head of the family if both parents are deceased, and a copy of an identity document showing the signature of the person making the affidavit. So that's if you were born before December 13th, 1992. If you were born after December 13th, 1992, you just need the national population, and I'm sure that's what most of us have here. You just need the NPC birth certificate. And yeah, so if your birth was registered before you were 18, that's fine. But if it was registered after 18, then you need a certified copy of the local birth registration extracts based on your first registration. Okay, and if your birth was registered after 18 years old, then you also need an affidavit, like the way those older people need affidavits. Then yeah, if necessary, like if the person is an illiterate, you can also add a note of illiteracy, like that's why the person's birth was not registered before they became 18 years old, so you can also add that. Okay, then actually that point is not valid here because there are students here, right? Oh my god, golden. Then you need your residence permit if you're non-Nigerian. If you are not a Nigerian citizen but you are applying from Nigeria, then you need your Nigerian residence permit, and you need a prepared courier envelope. And I don't know, I recommend FedEx. Like, number one, is cheaper, and the FedEx people, like the FedEx courier people, come to the embassy like regularly to pick up the packages. So after you've done your visa interview, and then you go back home, like you drop your documents, you go back home. After like they've reviewed your documents and all of that, the embassy will send you an email and ask you to come and submit. Maybe if they need something extra, like for me, I had not paid my semester dues for winter semester by the time I went for my interview. So when they requested for my passport, they asked me to come with my passport and my enrollment certificate, because after I pay my semester dues, I get my enrollment certificate. So they asked me to come with my enrollment certificate and my passport to submit at the embassy. And I just submitted it at the gates. Actually, I did not go inside. And yes, they'll also ask you to write. They also ask you to tell them your intended date of travel. And I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but if they ask you to tell them your intended date of travel, you should write it in a letter. Okay, like write a formal letter, write German embassy, top right, your address, bottom left, side left, and then write like formal letter. The way they taught you how to write formal letter in school, you write proposed date of travel, dear sir or ma, blah blah blah, my intended date of travel is 16th of July 2025, thank you, or whatever. Yours faithfully. Make it official. Okay, write the letter. It's fine if the letter is just 2 lines, but you just need to tell them officially that, okay, this is my intended date of travel. And they also tell you that your intended date of travel should not be more than 10 days. Like, so if they request for your passport today, you have to count 10 days, like 10 days after, then you can pick the 11th day. Okay, I want to travel on this day. Okay, then yeah, so I was talking about the courier envelope. I recommend FedEx. You can also use DHL. DHL is expensive. DHL also comes to pick up their courier bags regularly. Don't use UPS. UPS takes a while. they don't come there regularly. I'm not trying to badmouth anybody's business, but I'm just telling you from experience and other people's experiences that I've heard about. I recommend FedEx because it's cheaper. DHL is more expensive, but they do the same thing. Okay. If you go and buy prepaid envelope from, there are some FedEx stores or outlets or stops that don't sell prepaid envelope. What you can do is you can check on Google Map, like FedEx places near me. There will always be a contact number there. Call them before you go and ask them, do you sell prepaid envelope? If they say no, find another one and go to the other one. Sorry, somebody was calling me. I'm supposed to put my phone on airplane mode. Yeah, as I was saying. So yeah, prepaid envelope, call so that you don't stress yourself. Now the next thing, your school leaving certificate. There are 3 major school leaving certificates in Nigeria. I don't know if it's the same for other African countries, but your primary 6 leaving school certificate is one of them. Your JSS3 certificate, like your junior WAEC, I know it has a new name, base or something like that, like basic education, something. Then your WAEC or NECO or GC, okay? But these 3 certificates, you should have them. Very important, okay? And even now on the new checklist, like it is mandatory for you to submit it. I'm also going to put the link to this new checklist in the description box, and you can also check it out yourself. Then you need also proof of your previous or current academic studies if applicable. So they said your applicants with university degree, a German university degree or a foreign university degree, or a national high diploma, either with transcripts. Okay, so you have to submit all these things. And then applicants with vocational training. So if you are coming here for Ausbildung, that's also something I'm going to talk about in the nearest future. I've been doing a lot of research, I promise you guys. Like, I've been doing a lot of research because the people I'm asking about Ausbildung, they are not giving me the proper answers I want, and I don't want to come and give you guys half information. Okay, so yeah, if you are coming here for a vocational training, also known as Ausbildung, then you need like your German vocational qualification or a professional. So from you coming from Nigeria or any other African country or anywhere else in the world that is not Germany, you need like your foreign professional qualification. So let's say for example you want to come to Germany to become to do Ausbildung in mechanic. You want to be a mechanic, right? And you did like one mechanic training when you were JSS3 holiday. That certificate, that's what they ask you for. Do you understand? If you want to come, because like there are a lot of things that you can do with, Ausbildung. We'll talk about that another day, not today. Then the next thing, you need your CV. I know I've already told you guys not to stress about CV. I have a video on how to write your CV. If you want me to write your CV for you, you send me an email and I can make that happen, and it is not free. Then you need your letter of modification. Letter of modification. Oh my god. Letter of motivation. You need a letter of your motivation letter, and you should sign it. You should explain in your motivation letter your detailed expectation of plan. Like, so I'm coming to Germany to study this particular course. Like, what are your expectations? Like, be very, and I know I've mentioned this before, but be very intentional. Like, even if you think what you want to talk about is so simple, talk about it, because in the simple things, that's where your passions lie. Okay, so make sure that your motivation letter is like detailed, like it's to the T, to the dot on the I. And then you should also tell them your anticipated career and like personal benefits as well as future plans. So this is kind of a trap, because you should not write your motivation letter that you don't plan to come back to Nigeria after I finish your master's, because I think I've met only one Nigerian here that he finished his master's and he went back, although I think he's like into politics and stuff like that. But yeah, I've met only one person that came here and then went back. So what you should do is, write how your course can impact, your country, or maybe if you're already working with like SDG or something, like just highlight, those points. If you also want me to help you write a motivation letter, send me a message, but it's not free as well. Then if you are working, if you are not just coming here from like your bachelor's or maybe previous masters, if you are working, then you should also go there with your appointment letter, like your employment letter rather, and then your last 3 payslips. So I don't know if I'm actually not sure if the companies in Nigeria. I actually never worked for any major big company before I came, because I had a business on my own. If you get your pay slips, the last 3 months, so the last 3 months pay slip, you should also add that as part of the documents that you're submitting to the embassy. Then next is your proof of adequate financial means. Either you're using the blocked account or you're using the motivation letter. And motivation, let's just say motivation letter. Either you're using blocked account or sponsorship letter. And the new blocked account is 11,904 euros, which will give you 992 euros every month. The video I have on blocked account is still very valid. Okay, you can just watch that and go about your blocked account from there. If you have any questions, you can always text me on Instagram or send me an email, or even put in the comments and I'll reply you. And yeah, make sure that your sponsorship letter is not older than 6 months by the time you go to the embassy to apply. So I think, because whoever is giving your sponsorship letter has to go to the Ben-Goru here in Germany for them to confirm that yes, they have enough money to take care of themselves as well as you. And so let's say if you get your appointment date today, they should start the process tomorrow. Okay, because it takes about a month, or in the worst case scenario about a month, but usually maybe between 2 weeks to 3 weeks they would get it back so that they can get it to you. Or if you've calculated your time very well, when German embassy is going to send you email for appointment, then you can also maybe tell them a month to the time to apply for the letter for you, the sponsorship letter. And then another thing you need is your admission letter from your school stating the starting date of your course. The starting date of your course, the name of your course, and the language of instruction. So if your course is going to be taught in English, you should bring your admission letter, and if it's going to be taught in German, you should bring your admission letter. If all these things are not in your admission letter, you should send an email to whoever you are talking to and ask for these points, because German embassy these days are not smiling with everybody. So just make sure that you have everything. Now the next is your proof of language skills. So if you are going to study English, then you should have taken an English test either with IELTS or TOEFL, and I have a video on tips. You can watch it, okay? And if your IELTS tips, right? And if your course is in German, of course you should know German at least at B2. B1. You should have at least up to, some schools require B1, some other schools require B2. But yeah, and then if you're coming to study a German taught course, and your course has a preparatory course before you start your actual studies, then it's fine. I think they only require A2. I think they only require A2 these days, or even A1. But yeah, and then another groundbreaking new improvement in the checklist is, if you are attending a private university, you have to have paid 1 year school fees. And to be honest, I don't even know. We actually need to confirm from the embassy whether if your course is just for 1 year, whether you are still supposed to pay the 1 year school fees, because that would be a lot of money. But anyway, yeah. So if you are coming to study in a private university here in Germany, you should have paid 1 semester, 1 year school fees. So if your school fees is, for example, 3,000 euros per semester, you should have paid 6,000 euros for the 1 year, and then you take that proof. The school should send you a receipt. You can take your bank receipt and then the school's receipt as well, and take that with you for your visa interview. Then then for minors, if you're under 18, maybe you're coming here for your bachelor's, or I think you're coming here for your bachelor's. You need your parents' original passport and copy of data page, and you also need a signed consent from both of your parents that they are allowing you to come and study in Germany, and that they are allowing you to withdraw money from the blocked accounts that they are going to set up for you. Okay, And if your parents are divorced, you also need to submit the divorce like documents. If any of your parents is late, then you also need to submit like death certificate. If both of your parents are late, then you need to submit both death certificates, and then your legal guardian will be the one that to sign your consent form. So yeah, that's it. Those are the new requirements. I don't know if there's enough time to run through the one for Ghana. I wanted to do that, but I feel like the video is already too long. So for each of your countries, just go and check. Okay, just go and check the new requirements, because the requirements for the visa have been updated. Okay. Another thing I wanted to tell you guys is now, especially for the Nigerians, they are now doing tests. Several universities is now doing tests. So I know there are a lot of people that maybe they studied in their bachelor's and then they are coming to study B. They're not coming to study A point B. They are coming to study B in like Germany. And some of the schools here in Germany, they're actually really lenient, and they would allow you to study the course even though you don't, like, you didn't study that in your bachelor's. Maybe you started working, maybe you've taken like online courses and stuff like that. You can like study, you can change your field basically. But then the German embassy will need proof that you're not just using the school to run away from Nigeria, stuff like that. So just know that the course you are leaving and the course you are going to, you have background knowledge about it. They'll probably ask you questions about the course you are going to study. So let's say, for example, you studied chemistry during your bachelor's, and now you want to go and study something related to IT or AI or computer science, right? You want to switch fields, right? People in tech now, you should be able to answer the basic questions about tech, because they might give you a test. Okay, they'll actually bring out paper and give you Bible. You see the questions and you will have like a very short amount of time to write the test. And remember, you cannot cheat. You are done with your phone. It's just you are the visa officer. If you write rubbish, I don't know whether they'll give you a visa or not. So that's that. And what else am I missing? I think that's all. I'm gonna make a video on how to fill the visa form, because there's some places that need like extra attention. And I am also working on the Ausbildung. I promise you guys, like, I'm really working on it, because my problem with Ausbildung is I can talk about it, like I can tell you what it is about, and I can tell you, oh, you can come to Germany on vocational training, but then how do you find it, right? Like, how do you find it from your home country? Like, I just want to come and give people have information. So I'm working on that, and once I get all the right information that is needed, I'm definitely going to make a video on it. And I hope that I'll repent and I'll post videos every week now. I'm really trying my best, guys. It's not easy to be a student in this Germany. It's not easy to be an international student anyway, really, but yeah, it's a lot. I'm coming to the end of my master's, thank God. And it has been a lot. It has been so busy, but I can't wait to finish. Anyways, thank you so much for watching today's video, and for not sacking me. Losing was not sack. We have mercy on me. Don't sack me. Have mercy on me. I'll see you guys in the next video. Subscribe, okay? And like the video and share it. And what else? Share, like, subscribe, comment, ask your questions, okay? Once we hit announcement, once we hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm gonna go live, and then you can ask all the questions that you want. So I'm also looking forward to that. And yeah, see you guys in the next video. Bye.